Hey, 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 dear Rise Upper! How are you doing, everybody? How is your day going on? I would love to know. And welcome back to Tuesday Coffee with Eden here. So good to have you here, guys, on the channel. And today we're going to deep dive into the morning routine versus the evening routine. Who will win? Who will win? And what actually can help you the best to manifest your goals and actually make them happen and implement them? So, what is best? Before I get into that, let me share with you a little story. So before I implement any of the routine, if it's morning routine or evening routine, I was just all over the place. I wasn't focused, I wasn't clear, and because of that, I procrastinate, not for months or two, for years, because I didn't had any direction. So every time I went to do something, I was so overwhelmed with all the things I need to do. Then I started to procrastinate. But when I got my head down, because as you know, mindset is the first thing. Mindset is first, then comes the strategy later. If that makes any sense to you, I would love to know. Hit the comments below. That I know if it makes sense to you, and if you have any questions, hit them up. So, um, when before I start, like I said, before I start any morning routines, I will also over the place. And when I start morning routine, I started to notice how my mind is shifting. Because as you know, our mind is wired to think negative. And because we are wired to think negative and comes from primal times, and at that primal times, we were instinct to survival. And in that mode, we actually thought negative because there were actually a saber-toothed tiger that can eat us. That was a real thing, a real danger. That's why we were so afraid and always think about the negative result, that a tiger can eat us. There can be a booby trap. There can be a cliff out there, something that can really kill us. That's where also fear comes up. But we're not going to get into fears right now. That will be for next time. So right now, let's focus on that. And that is the morning routine helps me tremendously by actually getting, because our mind is like a sponge straight thing in the morning, because our mind is kind of a reset at that time, and it's absorb everything like a sponge. So if you first thing in the morning turn on your TV and watch some bad news, so what you're focusing on is on the bad shit that's happening everywhere. And that's my dog here. He's excited as me as I am right now. So as that's the beauty in the life. So many things can go wrong that is actually more enjoyable. Um, so what I want to also talk about, so the morning routine is amazing. Like I said, it's give you your mind straight. Second, the evening routine, because we said morning routine versus evening routine, and I want to emphasize about the evening routine because not a lot talks about it. Not a lot of people tend to talk about and actually deep dive into it, and how important is evening routine as much as morning routine, and even more, it's even more important than the morning routine. And why is that? Because before you go to sleep, around the 30 minutes before you go to sleep, your mind is tend to what's going on, and what's happening in that 30 minutes before you go to sleep, you will marinate for the next 6 to 8 hours. That depends how much you sleep. 6 to 8 hours, your mind will marinate on that. So if you thought about all the bad shit that's going on, about the bills, about the shit that's happening, guess what? Your sleep will be. Guess what? That unconscious mind will actually activate more negative shit, more negative things, more negative thoughts. And when you wake up, ta-da, ta-da, you're focusing on that. So let's actually rewire the brain right now for the evening routine. Because when you rewire that, you will have those 6 to 8 hours really active, making the unconscious mind to work for you, that you can actually manifest your goals and actually implement on your action. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? I would love to know. Hit the comments below. If you have, again, any questions, hit the comments. So, 1 second. Cheers, guys. So, like I said, the evening routine, okay? So the evening routine, why is so important? Like I said, you're about to marinate for 6 to 8 hours. And what can you do to actually wire your brain to have this productive sleep, if you will, and also relaxing sleep? And that way you're waking up fresh and not like you're hit by a truck. Have you ever had that feeling that you woke up and feeling like, boom, you're hitting by a truck? I know how I had. And sometimes it does happening. But when you notice it, when you have a regular evening routine that's straightening you up, you will have a good sleep and you will wake fresh and you will wake up ready to hit those goals. So what I do, the 3 key things that helps me to actually stay on my top of the game and stay on top of it and actually making the unconscious mind to work for me is, ready for it, drum rolls. The first one is journaling. I'm journaling every single evening. And why journaling? Because journaling can help you to actually kind of mini coach yourself, if you will, and ask the right question for yourself and understand, okay, so why did I procrastinate today? Because ta 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 ta. And then you actually coaching yourself to understand what's going on inside and get on top of it before it will happen again, and then actually stop it and not making the same mistake over and over and over and over and feeling shitty about that, because that's not the point, right? So journaling, that was a huge transformation for me. Second, are you ready for the second one? I want to hear some yeses. Are you ready? The second one is your top 3 wins. Your top 3 wins. Because your top 3 wins, why is that so important? Because you're focusing on what went well that day. You're focusing on how you actually made it through. In that way, you're boosting your confidence and you understand that, damn, I ruled that day. Yeah, okay, I didn't make that and that, but that belonged to the past. I actually nailed it today. I did that. I actually make a content. I was there and did the mastermind. I put up myself in front of everybody and did my work and service to other people. So when you actually do those 3, your mind focus, you're rewiring your brain to focus on the good things that happening and the positive. And in that way, you're actually gaining more confidence to actually hit it for the next day. Does that make sense? If it does, comment below. And what are your 3 wins for today? I would love to hear about it. Now, the third thing is 5 minutes before you go to sleep, after you've done your wins and journaling, plan your day ahead. And why is so important? Because if we are not planning, if you don't plan, you plan to fail. Let me repeat that. If you don't plan, you plan to fail. Because when we are not planning in that way, we are not organizing. When we wake up, we are so hectic, like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to achieve that, oh, I got to talk with that person, that person. You're all over the place. How can you get things done? How can your mind be relaxed if you're thinking about what needs to be done and it's not written, it's not there, it's not structure? And if it's not structure and it's not goal oriented and you're not focused and you're not doesn't have clarity, how can you expect to reach your goals? You can't. Let me be real with you, you can't. That is why you got to have a plan for the next day. Plan your day ahead. That will help you to actually stay sharp, stay focused, and achieve your goals and actually implement those and actually make it through. Does that make sense? I would love to hear about it. Comment below. Let me know what was your biggest breakthrough from today. Those three. Remember, journaling, journaling, 3 wins, and plan your day. So I would love to know, what was your breakthrough? What was the thing that most resonate with you? So hit the comments below. And guys, if you love this content and you want more of it, please give me some like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the little bell notification. Every like, every subscription helps tremendously. And I really appreciate you guys for being here. Invest your time with me today. Until next Coffee Tuesday, I will see you next time. Have an amazing